Hello everybody, it's Mark Joseph. Welcome to another program. You know, as a kid growing up in Japan, I used to watch Japanese baseball every night. My favorite team was the Giants. There were some great players back then like Oh and Nagashima and Shibata, but there was also a great player named Crazy Clyde Wright. Well, today we're here in Anaheim, California at the Clyde Wright Pitching School, where he teaches people how to pitch, especially kids. He's our special guest today, so join us as we ask him about his life, his career, and what he does here at the school. Come on along.
Since 1936, over 200 Americans have played for Japanese professional baseball teams, including Clyde Wright, who now runs a pitching school. Wright explains that over 15 years, 50 of those kids have signed to play pro baseball, and he asserts that while some talent is necessary, hard work is the decisive factor. As a child, Wright played baseball with his 5 brothers and signed with the California Angels following college graduation, moving up quickly from the minor leagues. Although Wright is known for pitching a no-hitter, he says his fondest memories are of other team members, and he notes that he is also known for winning 20 games, losing 20 games, and playing in Japan.
Clyde, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're here at the Clyde Wright Pitching School. Tell me what happens here.
Well, the kids sign up to take pitching lessons from myself, and when they come in, I teach them how to pitch, and then they have the big batting cages here. It's owned by Alpino, so, you know, eventually all the kids learn how to hit, too.
How many years have you been running the school?
I've been here, I think, somewhere around 15 years.
And what's the average daily routine? How many kids do you see in a day, and what are you trying to teach them?
Well, I take 4 kids each hour because 2 pitch, and then 2 rest, and then 2 pitch, 2 rest. I take 4 kids an hour, and the basic thing that I'm trying to teach them is how to use their legs, how to use their body to where they have a less chance of getting hurt when they get older and throw the ball harder. It's just the funnel techniques of pitching. Now, the older kids I've got, you know, will go into the curveballs, straight change-ups, the sliders, and all these things. But the young kids in Little League, it's just strictly, you know, fastball, little change-up.
What are the age ranges of kids that you work with?
I start the kids at 9 years old. The oldest one I've got is a 48-year-old gentleman. He goes to the Baltimore's fantasy camp every year. And he comes to me to get in shape to go to the Baltimore fantasy camp every year.
What is it that you enjoy about working with kids in particular?
Well, the biggest thing is to watch your kids grow up and then end up in college, or like my son and a few other guys end up, you know, with a good chance of playing professional baseball. Right now, in the 15 years I've been here, there's been about, I'd say about 50 kids that have signed to play pro baseball. Some of the kids are already in the big leagues. You know, but on the other hand, we do have maybe 150 kids in those 15 years that have gotten full scholarships to go on to college.
What are you looking for in a young kid? What can you see that will predict whether he'll make it or not?
Well, there's really not that much you can see to predict whether a kid's going to make it in the big leagues or not. It's like the parents ask me, well, Clyde, is my son going to play in the big leagues? I said, well, if you answer my question, I'll answer yours. I said, if you take 12 little girls that are 12 years old, and you tell me which one's going to be Miss America, then I'll tell you if your kid can, you know, play in the big leagues.
What percent is you know, perspiration, and what percent is inspiration? How much is raw talent, and how much is really the kid's willingness to work hard?
Well, you see a lot of kids that doesn't have a lot of talent that play in the big league because they really want to work at it. That's really what they want to do. But I found out that the kids that have the raw talent, 9 times out of 10 are the laziest kids, you know, of the bunch. But you do have to have some talent to play. And if you've got the talent, you have to develop it and take it on to another level.
Let's talk about your career for a minute. How did you get started in baseball?
Well, when I grew up in Tennessee. And my father and mother lived on a farm. I have 5 brothers and 1 sister. So every time we'd get a chance to play catch, we didn't have to go look for a neighbor to play catch because I had the 5 brothers. If we wanted to fight, we didn't have to go far to look for a fight. We had to, the brothers. But all the time we grew up, we just had a chance to play catch. And as we got older, we got a little bit better. And finally, a couple of the coaches saw us that were from the high school. And, I didn't play Little League. I started when I was in high school. And then eventually I went to college and developed from there.
And when were you signed, and who were you signed to in the pros?
I signed in 1965 after I graduated from college, and I signed with the California Angels.
Right away?
Right away. As quick as I graduated from college, I signed that summer, and I went off to play A-ball in Quad Cities, Iowa.
And how many years did you play in the minor leagues before you moved up to the majors?
I played a total of 4 months. And people asked me, they said, well, you must have been pretty good. I said, well, there was two things that happened. I was pretty good at the time, and the Angels were pretty bad, so it was kind of, a nice little marriage there. They needed pitchers, and I was the best one they had in the minor league system at the time.
So now how different were the salaries back then in the late 60s compared to today?
Well, there's a couple of dollars difference. I know when I signed, I got $10,000. And my son signed a year and a half ago with the Cleveland Indians. He got $1,200,000. So there's a little bit of difference in them now. It's just like the salaries in Japan. Now, back 20, 25 years ago, the owners made all the money. Now the players are making, some, not pretty good money. They're making super good money. And it's, carried on over in Japan too now. The big superstars over there make an awfully good living playing baseball.
What were some of your highlights with the Angels? I know you had a no-hitter. What do you remember about your time with them?
It's not the no-hitter. It's not the games I pitched and stuff. I remember the guys that I played with. Fregosi, Knott, Bob Rogers. I remember, going on the road trips, and I'd run into the other guys from the other teams. Reggie Jackson, Stottlemyre from the Yankees, Palmer from Baltimore, Andy Etcheburn from Baltimore. I'd get to go out with these guys, and what we'd do is we'd talk about baseball, what it's like to, play in the big leagues, playing baseball.
Those are the highlights.
Sure. You forget about the number of games you won, the number of games you lost and stuff. The only memories you carry, really, are the ones that, the guys that you went around with.
Are you the only Angel to have, besides Nolan Ryan, to have a no-hitter?
Oh, no. Mike Witt threw a perfect game in Texas. I'm the first one in Angel Stadium to throw a no-hitter in the new stadium they built in '66. Mm-hmm. Now, Bo Belinsky threw the first no-hitter for the Angels back in, I think it was 62 or 63.
But you're
they
part
weren't
of
in the stadium.
Sort of a select club, though, of no-hitter pitchers.
I'm in a select club. Once you throw a no-hitter, you are in a select club. The thing about it, I'm in two select groups. I'm in the one for throwing a no-hitter. I'm in the one for winning 20 games, and I'm also in the other one for losing 20 games. So I'm in three pretty good categories. You have to pitch a lot of innings to do either one of them.
You're also in a select club because you played in Japan. What was it like playing over there?
Playing in Japan was very, very difficult for me because it wasn't the people now, the fans. Because I got along with the fans loved me because I would give them baseballs, I would give them gloves and all this. I could not get along with a couple of the people in the front office. That was my downfall in Japan. But as far as playing with Nakashima, Harimoto, Oshugi, these guys, Wakamatsu, I'd do it all over again. I'd love to go back and play. But there's one thing that tells me I can't go, and that's old age.